It's Wulf, and it is finally time for the Todd and Thomas explanation video. So Todd and Thomas are the two socks that I wear on my hands whenever I film real-life videos. Todd is the one on the right, Thomas is the one on the left. And there's a little bit of history about these guys, and in a lot of the videos that I've made where they've been present, I've gotten a lot of questions about them. So for 1,000 subscribers, I promised that I would explain them, and here we are. So there's a handful of reasons why I decided to go the sock on hand route with my channel. So for one is just general anonymity. The internet can be kind of weird. There's a lot of weird people on the internet, and even though you can't really get that much info from somebody's hands, I kind of thought it would also serve as a fun gimmick. So I figured not showing hands and having a gimmick go together really well. It's also why I haven't shown my face on this channel. It's not that I am trying to hide my face necessarily, but I've always sort of appreciated something about YouTube channels where people don't show their face that often, like Al Chestbreach or Vinny Vinesauce. Both of them you can find what they look like pretty easily, but it's not really a central focus on their channel, and that's sort of the same thing as I want to do on my channel. So, for example, I've never shown my face in any of my videos, but back on Twitter, I had posted a couple of pictures of myself before. I don't know if any are still there, but they might still be. But also, I had said that I was going to do a hand reveal in this video, so here are my hands, what they look like, and also I'm getting warm from being fully insulated. So yeah, this is what my hands look like. Pretty normal hands. I know some people in comments before have been like, is there something wrong with your hands? And no, I just have normal hands. I'm a white guy, if that wasn't obvious before. But yeah, so feels weird to show my hands on video, but anyway, as for the other reasons for the existence of Todd and Thomas, there's two main reasons. One of them is kind of a sad story, kind of like a annoying thing from when I was in high school. The other one is actually pretty funny, so I'm going to talk about both. So I'm going to start with the sad/annoying one to get that one out of the way, and then I'm going to tell you guys the funny story as well. So the sad story is something that I've talked about a little bit before, but back when I was in high school, I had a kind of pretty bad breakup, and I don't really like to talk about it that much because it's still I don't know, I feel weird about it because it really, really made my senior year of high school really bad. But anyway, long story short, back when I was in high school, I had a different YouTube channel, and pretty much everybody in my high school knew about it. It wasn't a big channel or anything like that, but it did have a couple of videos that had a couple thousand views and stuff. So it was known around the school that I did YouTube stuff, but not really a huge deal. So after I had my first breakup, the girl that I had been dating had some really crazy friends, and long story short, they went and kind of raided my social media. A lot of things that I had said on YouTube, or I also had a Twitter account for that channel as well, they would kind of take it as something personally offensive to them. And so I would go to school and people would be giving me crap about stuff that I said online that had nothing to do with anything with the breakup or any of my ex-girlfriend's friends or anything. And it really kind of freaked me out because it felt like those guys dug through all my social media really deeply. It really freaked me out because there was stuff that I don't know, that I didn't even tell anybody in my school about or whatever, that they would have had to really look for. And it just freaked me out that people kind of dug through my stuff so deeply to find things to insult me about. And so even though in reality there's not really any distinguishing factors on my hands, I don't really have any specific moles in weird places or anything, I was a little worried that somehow they would find my new channel and realize from my voice and hands that that it was me and that they were going to give me more trouble about it. Because from the beginning I knew I wasn't really going to show my face on this channel, but I wasn't sure about showing my hands. And so that's part of the reason for the socks, is because I wanted to cover my hands because I had such a insane time in high school with that whole thing that I was worried that my hands might cause me trouble in real life because I thought that they were going to realize it was me somehow. So as for the more lighthearted side of Todd and Thomas though, so when I was a kid and even still today, you can probably even see a little bit, my hands get really dry really easily. When I was a kid, I lived in a place that had really cold and dry winters, so my hands were never doing well over the winters. So I needed to put lotion on my hands all the time because my hands would just get so dry, otherwise they would crack. I would have cuts and stuff from my hands getting so dry that they would crack and bleed and stuff. It sucked. And so I had these gloves that I would use because I would put the lotion on my hands and then put the gloves on so that way I could still use my hands. But of course, the gloves needed to be cleaned every now and again. So sometimes whenever my lotion gloves were being cleaned, I would just put the lotion on my hands and then put a sock over top of them so I didn't get lotion all over everything. But there's even a little bit more to that story too. So back all the way, I think I was in 8th grade, I was in middle school. The new Sly Cooper game, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, was finally on the horizon. I was a huge Sly Cooper fan, and so I was super excited for this game. And I had been like watching all the trailers, I had played the demo that came with Ratchet and Clank and stuff, and eventually they announced that there was going to be a new demo released on the PlayStation Store. So the night that the Sly Cooper Thieves in Time demo came out, I think I had already put lotion and socks on my hands, but I needed to play this demo. I was super excited for it. I wasn't about to wait like a whole nother day to play it. So I downloaded it and I ended up playing through the whole demo on my PS3 with socks on my hands. And it was hard to do, but I did play through the whole thing. I was super hyped for the new Sly Cooper game and everything. And yeah, so that's kind of that aspect of it as well, is that alongside the fact that I put the lotion and socks on my hands in general anyway for dry hands, that I had played through like one of my favorite games for the first time, or well, the second time really, ever, with socks on my hands. And honestly, that's pretty much all there is to the story of Todd and Thomas. Initially, it started just as Todd because I didn't used to have a tripod, so I needed to hold the camera with my left hand because I'm right-handed. And then eventually, once I got a tripod, I made Thomas as well. They're just socks with mismatched googly eyes on them because I thought they would look funny, and they do definitely get people's attention when they do show up in videos. And so that's pretty much the whole story of Todd and Thomas. But don't worry, even though I've shown my hands in this video, they are not going anywhere. I'm still planning on wearing them whenever I do any sorts of real-life video stuff in the future. Although, man, it does get hot sometimes, like when it's summer like it is right now, and I'm wearing them alongside like a sweatshirt and stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in other stuff in the future. And Todd and Thomas will be back eventually when I make another real-life video about something. Honestly, I don't really end up making that many real-life videos. Not as many as I initially anticipated when I started this channel, but there is real-life stuff that I want to cover. I don't really have that much space to make real-life videos. I know you guys are just seeing like a white background in this video right now, but trust me, there is no room around this. So it's really hard for me to make real-life videos sometimes. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in other stuff in the future, and bye-bye.